welcome to a little video we got. We've got the Katana LAN coming up this weekend, and I'm joined today by Dashie and Mr. Keith Diddle, and together we're going to go through the 16 different rosters that we've got for LAN, give our thoughts and any kind of little predictions on the teams that are going to be showing up. Just a little disclaimer, we're recording this on the day of roster lock, so rosters may be subject to change just a little bit. But lads, neither of you playing LAN this year, but both attending. How you feeling? Yep. What are you looking forward to?
Go on, Keith, I'll let you go first, mate.
I mean, just getting back to getting some LANs on the cards again. You know, we obviously the one in March last year in Middlesbrough was a good way to get things going, and I feel like obviously at the College of Esports now we're at a much better situated area, and I'm sure it's a lot easier for most people to get to London than it was Middlesbrough. So, yeah, just a nice little tested event to see how things are going to moving forward, getting bigger numbers in, but it'll be fun, man. It'll be good fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say probably similar to what Keith said as well. Just like getting LANs on the go again, granted not playing this time, but like obviously LANs, you get to see all your mates and stuff, and like everyone you speak to online, even if it's not like someone that's regular. But it's also nice having a local LAN be more local than Middlesbrough, which is great. I think, you know, London's pretty easy to get to, despite obviously might be a bit pricey. But yeah, getting to see everyone again, getting, you know, to see quite a few good teams play. You've got quite a few elite players going, which we'll get into shortly. But yeah, you get to see some pretty good level Call of Duty and see some good friends while you're at it. So
yeah, class. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Going to be quite busy myself. Myself and Joel Ball, we've been announced we're going to be casting it, so that's going to be good fun. So plenty of these players to be, you know, shouting over, maybe giving a little bit of grief to every now and then. So yeah, can't wait for that. And joined by Pablo and Major, and then Andy.
I also have no clue, but is every game getting streamed again?
I believe so. I think every game's has an observer in because we're gathering stats. So we've got challenger stats.
So it would make sense for them to say, yeah.
I think.
I'd imagine, yeah.
I think the uni.
Because that's what was just obviously with the first one anyway. That's just what was so good, is there was just eyes on every match, regardless if it was main stage or just in the passion pit.
Yeah. Right. So let's just get straight into it. 16 seeds. We're going to start from. We got Harvey's camera's gone. I don't know if you just want to.
Not again.
If you just want to try and turn it off and on again.
His face. Look at his
Wait, chill. No, this will be like a chop and go type thing. It's be a chop and go type thing.
That's fine. We'll run with it.
It's gonna go off a couple times. But we move.
Oh, that was fucking fantastic.
Don't worry about it. Right. So starting off, seed 16, 7 esports. They're playing with 7 esports. We've got 7 Rens. We've got Crozar, we've got Callum, and then we don't know the 4th at the minute. Has anybody know any of the players on that roster? Anybody got any thoughts on anybody there?
I haven't kept up with some of these rosters too much. No. Renz has 300 PPs, which means
he's got to be decent.
You've had a 32 in a Europa or a couple 64s, or he's not going to be bottom of the barrel awful, but he's with Crosser and Callum. I have no intel on. Looks like they've spawned into a couple. Clue. If they have, it hasn't been great. Yeah. But listen, I mean, they might be ranked demons, they might be whatever. But I wish I could give more of an input into them. But I'm really not too sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, same for me. I've got no clue.
Yeah. No, I don't know an awful lot either. But I think that's kind of the beauty of it. Like people come to these events, you know, slightly unknown. You could show up. You could be a demon. You could be a land demon. You know, you rock up, you're feeling confident. Obviously, they can shoot. I mean, and even if they're coming to just play for the experience, like. But yeah, I'm hoping that we see a few upsets on LAN, and maybe those are going to be the guys.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Like that's another thing that happened last LAN. Obviously, it was Big Natty P that was getting us accusated on wearing it all last year. He comes to LAN and puts a stop to all those rumours. So it's not like you said. Even if we don't know who's going or anything like that. It is just such a good place to get your name out there, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so 15th seed. The name I've got down is Official Weirdo, so you might be able to guess who maybe is on this roster. So I'm looking at Avo JT, Abby Coops, Jordan Atriox, and Socko 94. There's an obvious name on there that's standing out to me as being, you know, competing on LAN. Abby Coops rocking up to play LAN. I mean, I rate it. Get the experience, get the content, and maybe win a few series. What are your thoughts on that roster?
To be fair, I think there's two names. That's obviously Abby, doing her thing in content and that right now. There's obviously a couple names actually stand out there. Avo JT. I don't know how much you've kept up with his sprout, but he's been in COD since like the dawn of time, and I think he stopped playing this year, but he played even last year, and he's had a stretch of placements and challenges, say the least. He's competed at majors and stuff, so he'll be obviously he'll be cooking even if he's got reps on the game or not. Jordan Aatrox, I don't know crazy amounts about him, but I know he's been in the scene, and then obviously Socko. If I'm not mistaken, he's done a lot of coaching this time, so it's not like a team to not fuck. It's one of those teams that's down at the bottom of the spreadsheet, but are they really
doesn't mean anything
down at the bottom of the spreadsheet? Do you know what I mean? So,
I'm seeing is that 500 PPs next to Abby's name?
No, it's Avo. Actually,
I am.
Oh no, it's Avo.
Yeah. I mean,
no. That's.
She's been fucking frying.
Where has she got fifth?
Yeah, it must be the.
No,
on the right.
Yeah, it's the team. PPs,
oh,
yeah, it's the team. Yeah. So Abby has 0 still.
That is on me.
Avo has all their PPs. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's on me.
That's all good. She's still been cooking though. She's still great.
Yeah. Yeah, I played ranked with her and MZ a few times, and they can fucking shoot. Let me tell you.
No.
Yeah, but again, it's gonna be good fun. I like seeing rosters where you got a mixture of people with a bit of experience, people getting their first LAN. It's just gonna be good fun.
Obviously everyone's there for COD, but there's so much more behind it than just going and playing COD. Like Dash was briefly talking about before, going and seeing everyone, man. It's just nice. It's a nice environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't for it. Looking forward to seeing them. Seed 14 now.
The boys
currently under the name Jackson and Co. Don't know if we'll get a different name before the event, but that gives away which roster I'm talking about. We've got Jackson MVP, we've got Gabby EU, we've got Abuse 18, and we've got Chunk RT. Take the floor. What have we got to say about this roster? I'm looking forward to it more than any other for multiple reasons, but go for it.
Obviously, I think there's a group of people that are obviously good mates with us. Bias aside, I think, Jackson, that's like the longest reigning duo I've had in challenges, I believe, outside of Paige, right, for a reason. He's obviously extremely talented when he gets his reps in. I don't know if he has his reps in, though, which is half probably the issue with me. Right now, I don't really know how much he's been playing, but I think regardless, he's going to be shooting. Gabby, I know she's been doing her thing in, the female scene, so she's going to turn up shooting. She obviously, wants to do something at LAN. Abuse, he's been playing COD. Don't laugh, because he's been playing COD for a little bit, but he's been no. Real talk, he's been putting in his reps, yeah. And I'm not going to violate, because previous years, he's had his struggles, and in our group at least we take the mick a little bit, but he has been putting his reps in. He's gonna he's gonna know what he's doing when it comes to LAN. He's not unprepared, we'll say. Do you know what I mean? You can be a great player, but if you're unprepared going to LAN, that's half your fucking. That's half of the job, made harder for you. And then Chunk has 700 PPs, so he's actually been playing this year. Chunk was actually a really good player last year, the year before this. He's been playing challenges.
I've been watching Chunk since I got into streaming back in the Warzone days, bro. And that guy, he was fucking unreal at that game as well. He is a grinder, man. Every game he picks up, he's a decent player. Yeah,
we also got a lot of, even last year, when I was grinding challenges, Keith was doing our VOD, and, I have a lot of reps against Chunk last year. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he's been out the scene for ages if he is playing this year, or if he isn't playing this year. He hasn't been out the scene for a while. So he'll be one to turn up shooting.
He's got 700 PPs to his name.
Exactly.
He's carrying them to, lifting them off. Obviously Jackson retired.
Yeah.
Put the retirement tweet out. Work schedule, life kind of just takes over, I guess. So he's only got 100 PPs next to his name this year, but we all know how much he can shoot.
You've got nothing to worry about in terms of Jackson turning up and shooting his gun.
Yeah.
Chunk, he's got 700 PP, so you'd like to think he knows how to play the game. No, he does know how to play the game. He's good, but if Chunk can, not tell Connor what to do, because Connor and Gabby are both good players, but you do need a bit. You lesser players need that little bit of assistance, maybe in comms or something, especially in your first game in LAN. It is so different to playing at home, it really is. But on what Dash said, Connor actually has took it quite serious, and I've got no worries about them, honestly.
He's playing switches and everything, bro.
Yeah, I've got no worries at all. It just makes me laugh just seeing abuse there.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh, man.
I can't wait. From a casting perspective, you know, we're going through the schedule and whatnot. I've said if there's an opportunity for me to cast over, you know, like Gabby and Abuse on LAN, yes, please. Like, give me that. Give me that. For multiple reasons. I want them to do well, of course. But if there's if there's a chance for a little inside joke and stuff, it'd be good fun. But I know as a four, you know, they've been scrimming. They've been scrimming, you know, as much as they can around work schedules and whatnot. They've been getting reps against some of the teams that are competing at LAN and stuff. So, you know, we'll see. I hope they do well. But I know they will be absolutely over the moon if they take a series. Like, that'll be like huge. So, I mean,
as long as they keep it competitive, Abuse and Gabby, I think all of them will be happy if they keep it anything competitive.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go to LAN and get bopped. Do you know what I mean? Like,
they might be the only two people in the whole thing that have actually showed up and used the PCs, because we did go there in November with Katana. So
true.
Maybe slight advantage there. We'll see.
True.
Right. Cool. So swiftly moving on. Seed 13. I've got the name Faztab down. We've got Lil Jimmy, Beezy, Metal Rico, and Divine. Any thoughts on this team?
I don't know about you, Keith. I'm aware on two of them, but like very slightly. Beezy is a question mark. I don't want to speak on you know, incorrect terms here, but if it's a guy I'm thinking of, he's a console demon. Don't quote me on that. And Metal Rico, I believe, actually played at the last Katana LAN, and they like, I remember it being like they were more like way more bottom seeded than we were. It was one where TK had that little bit of a back and forth. But they gave us more of a run than we were actually like expecting. So yeah, I mean, like, he's proved that like he can turn up to LAN and you know, like, take maps at least of teams maybe that you wouldn't expect, you know, to. But obviously, I don't know about this whole roster. I'm not really sure about Lil Jimmy or Divine.
Yeah, no clue.
But if, like I said, BZ's the one I'm thinking of. He's a great console player, and Rico, you know, he can take maps himself off like good teams at LAN. So I'm not really sure about
it. It gets to the stage now where it's like from the seed that we're at now to a little bit up. It's like they can take series off of anyone, and again, I'm not too well known on these players. I know Rico was there last LAN. I think the name Divine rings a bell. I'm not sure if he was
I can't put a finger on it,
but yeah, I don't think they've got anything to worry about. Again, for all these teams that are like sitting around like that 1k to 3k PPs, it's probably just who turns up on a day and comes out frying.
Yeah. Well, I've heard. I myself don't know an awful lot about this roster either, but I know that, you know, the last one we talked about with Gabby and Abuse, they scrimmed Beezy, and they were saying he's an absolute shooter. So
yeah, it might be the one I'm thinking of, to be fair. If he's one to think of, not that this really means much, but he's like, I think he's like a top 250 console kid.
Okay.
But it might not be like, there could be different Beezys, but there is a Beezy top 250 on console, so
yeah, cool. Well,
something to keep in mind.
But again, you know, names, they got PPs to the name, like scattered across. Looking forward to seeing like kind of players that maybe you don't know as well coming up on LAN, trying out.
Yeah.
One to look out for as well. Okay. Moving up, 12th seed, Excite Academy. We've got Sammy, E3, Kiosku, and Smallzilla. Obviously, some familiar names in there. I know in the recent Europa this weekend, I'm hoping to maybe get a few more PPs to boost that seed in. But good set of players, that is, in my opinion. Want to go and take that one?
Yeah. Again, Keith, I don't know how, like, you know, if you have any thoughts on these. I know one of these. Honestly, I found out about one of these through my eights. Like I run the stream.
Yeah. Sammy,
again, like, no disrespect, I'm just sometimes very knowledgeable. I'm not really sure. But it's 400 PPs. E3, I believe Div 3 in the Amateur Esport League, which is that's a good div to be in, bro. Especially, I'm pretty sure he put up some good stats as well, placed well. So that's something to keep an eye out for. You know, shooter in himself. Kiosku, this wouldn't even be his first LAN.
Yeah.
I know he went to Katana LAN last year. So, you know, he's coming back for another LAN. He's experienced in that sense. And Smallzilla is to be honest, not to take away from the rest of the players, is one player on that team I'm really excited about to see at LAN. Like I said, I had him in my eights, and he was cooking. And it got to the point, people in my chat were saying like he was at it, so I had him on a money cam in my eights. It was like friendly, literally nothing on the line whatsoever. I was just doing like eights with the stream, and we had him on a money cam in the Discord call with me. Yeah, he was an absolute demon. Just like one of those people you watch it and just like raw like mechanical talent.
Yeah.
Type thing, just like constant engagements, constant kills, lots of pressure. So I think that though that's a play style that can like really shift teams at LAN. So you play like a well-seeded team. Not gonna name names, but like some of the teams up there, like do they crumble under that type of pressure when they load into a game, arguably a bottom-seeded team at the event, expecting it to kind of be like one of their warm-up rounds, and they load in against this kid and he's dropping 45, 50 on them, and they're just like, do you know what I mean, like taking back from it. So we'll see. I'm excited to see Smolzer at LAN.
Yeah.
You got anything to add about that team, Keith? You got any info on any of it?
Yeah, against Sammy again. I've no clue, fella. Apologies. Not really heard the name. E3, I know, good player. Kiosku again, been about the block for a while now, good player. And yeah, like Dash said, small, absolute demon. So if they can get things going on LAN, it'll be a good team, and a hard one to beat. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys have been teaming together in AEL. Like Div 3.
Okay.
So it's a good solid roster. E3 is he's a young lad, and I tell you, the passion he's got is mental. Like, I don't know if you saw the one of the montages that went out after one of the 2Ks, and the guy that was like celebrating like crazy after he got his first like 100 PPs or whatever. That was E3. Like that was him.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
In the tournament that we did AEL like and Katana staff kind of thing, he was in that, and he was in one of the down as like a top div for the seedings for that. Which people, at first like, I don't know. He fried. He got to the finals. He was frying in that.
Playing well, yeah.
So good roster. Looking forward to it, and I love the guys over at Excite. So I'm hoping that they do well. Right, moving up, just one. Same amount of PPs as a team, I believe. Another
same
org,
as last year.
Yeah, another org that I'm a big fan of. I think myself and the owners of that one ended up staying in Middlesbrough in March last year. Pretty late. We were one of the last to leave at the bar, so look forward to seeing those guys. Hopefully they're in attendance. We got Alfredo, Makoof, Hafron, and IDK. Good team.
Yeah, I know Hafron from last COD and just through switches back towards Vanguard days. And yeah, very good player. His comms, by the way, for someone with that little PPs, his comms, I say little PPs, it's 300, still good, but I've obviously been vodding for Dash and that back when he had like nearly 4k PPs, and his comms are at like a very, very high level considering his PPs. Hafron, very good comms. Makoof, I've seen a few times in switches, good player. I think with Alfredo as well, good player. I'm not sure who, I don't know is. That's the only one I'm not sure of.
Yeah. It's really weird because the one I'm most knowledgeable about on the team is Hafron, same as you, Keith. Because I'm just like, can't remember when the first call I saw that name was, but it was a while ago. Like I've known him for like most of my stretch that I've been in the scene. And all four of them actually like kind of ring a bell. Yeah. But like Hafron's the only one I can put a finger on. But like the fact that I don't know, not like to sound weird, but like I don't really keep up with the scene. So it's like anymore. But like so if I know your name, then you must be like somewhat cooking. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like really rings a bell. I don't know why, but he rings a bell. Like not for a bad reason. Makoof again rings a bell. Alfredo's same, but Hafron's one I do have like knowledge on. He's a bit of a shooter. He's definitely one to it's a team that again like you might expect like on the bottom half of the spreadsheet you load in as maybe like a higher seeded team, and not that you wouldn't take them seriously, but like sometimes like with all due respect, first day of a LAN, you load in maybe to a 32-16 whatever 16 team event whatever, you load in, you expect your first couple games of the day one to be a bit of like a warm you up into it. Yeah. And then you play a team like that and then you're like, oh okay, like we need to get our shit together type thing. So
I feel like that's what benefits having a smaller team LAN is that you can't just turn up and like try and cruise through a couple of games. Like you are there and you're playing like games thick and fast, like good games.
Yeah, I know the names. Good team. Again, you kind of like Div 2 kind of standard. If you're talking online leagues and stuff, I think again those, like Keith said, those teams are all around those kind of seedings and PPs. Any of them can kind of like beat each other, and I think you're going to see somebody around this area that's going to progress further than kind of you might expect.
Yeah, the spreadsheet says
I'm looking forward to seeing them as well. Okay, moving up to your 10th seed, Olympian Esports. We've got Elusive, we've got Chaos, we got the Vibe Mason, and we've got Zep Cod. Thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, elusive in is that Callum Chaos? Do we know?
I was about to say that.
I'd assume
I
so.
think it
I'd
is.
assume so.
Yeah, I don't know many other people called Chaos in the scene
Yeah,
with an X as well. If we are going Callum Chaos, which like I said could don't quote me on that, it might not be. If it is elusive Chaos, like perfectly capable players themselves, 500 PPs. Mason, he's been around for a minute. Again,
Mason's
like
the
he's
goat,
shooting
man.
himself. Yeah. He knows what he's doing on the map. And Zepcod is the one that I don't have like a hell of a lot of. If I'm correct in saying, actually, I played Money Ace this year with Zepcod.
Probably.
This is a really
Yeah,
wild thing. 'Cause I've only played one set of Money Ace. I'm pretty sure Zep. I might like. He might have to. Like, I don't know if he's gonna have seen this video. He might have to quote me on that and like comment on it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I played Money Ace
I'm
with
the
Zep.
same.
He plays. I
Yeah, it was. I was on stream. I think if it is, it was really really random. It's the only set I've played, but I'm pretty sure I have. And again, if I remember him, then he must have been shooting. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't play don't play much shit like that anymore. But yeah, again, like I said, a perfectly capable team. No reason why they couldn't, go as far as they want to in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My intel on Zepcod, and I'm sure it's the same Zepcod. I am obviously not too talented on the sticks when it comes to COD, and on MW3, playing down in Division 8, I'm still down there, playing down in Division 8, loaded in against Zepcod in Division 8, somehow, he's ended up in there.
All right.
And I'll be honest, he kind of held it. I mean, they might have beat us.
Oh, okay.
He kind of held it from Spud, and I do like to remind him every now and then. But what
Spud in the
really
freaking
got
mud.
me, Spud in the freaking mud, what really got me is that the following season, plays in Div 8. Where is he next season? Straight up to 4. Straight up to 4. But yeah, brilliant. That's what I'm loading into for my money. Nice guys, brilliant. But yeah, that's the team. Again, looking forward to seeing those guys. I think there was some question marks whether they're going to be in attendance, but I'm pretty sure we just had confirmation that they are still going to be there with that roster. So hopefully. Right, moving up to your ninth seed, which
Store and Co.
Yeah, which on the bracket I think is a different name. I think they are under a different org.
Okay.
But according to this, Sawware and Co. flying over from Espanol, I believe.
Yeah,
which
I was going to say that.
is exciting. I'm looking forward to, this is what we want with these events. We want, obviously this is only a 16 team, but hopefully in the future, bigger. We want to be attracting, amateur Call of Duty players and from across Europe. So
European
this is what I'm
teams,
looking forward to seeing. Yeah, Drunks, Ninja Sawware, and Glaix.
Yeah, these are a lot of shooters, man. And I think it's a common thing of like, I don't really know many bad Spanish players, to be honest. And we'll go. There's actually I can see more names in there, slightly higher seeded that are Spanish, but these Drunks is a shooter. Ninja, I don't have much. I don't know if he's a rebrand from last year, or maybe I'm just being stupid. 900 PPs though, so he's been about this year. Sawware been about for a minute, and Glaix another shooter, or Glaix. Yeah, man, Spanish, bro. Honestly, I like when it comes to the Spanish and the French, bro.
Passion.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know many bad rosters in terms of the Spanish or the French. Because they're always going to give you a run in. So, we'll see. But that would definitely be a good roster, bro. Like I said, I don't know many bad Spanish French rosters.
Team Lat Elite. That's who they're playing under. I've just double checked. And I believe, one of their coaches for it was one of the coaches that we had with us at Katana early doors. With Super.
I think I know who you're about.
So, yeah. So they're making the journey. They're coming to shoot. They also played in the online Katana League, didn't they?
Yeah. But
I was about to say, I'm not actually sure with them. To be fair, I've not played them, so I've got no clue. But I mean, the names do ring a bell, and obviously Dash knows them a lot more than what I do. So again, it'd be nice to see what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely shooters, bro. That whole team is definitely shooters, bro. I think again, unless Ninja's a rebrand, I've played against every single person on that roster, and they're definitely shooters, bro.
Yeah, that Ninja. I think you followed me on Twitter a couple of days ago, and that's how I just found out what the team is playing for. But I don't know if it is a rebrand, but he's former pro Call of Duty player. So.
Oh, I might be literally faded, bro. I might be really. That's gonna be embarrassing if I get out on that's embarrassing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But they won a LAN in 2024. I think I'm assuming in Spain. I think they've won it back to back. So.
Okay.
So right.
They're coming in for the fucking glory.
Yeah, they're coming for it, and not a bad seeding. But yeah, they might be one who causes some upsets. Moving up one. Now I know these guys are playing under Peachy. I know very close to my heart. I'm a big Peachy fan. I did threaten Heffy recently saying I'm signing the contract with Peachy Esports because they might be the goats. But yeah, looking forward to those guys having a roster here, and it's a pretty good one as well. Stacked amount of PPs. We've got Rig Rob, we've got Inverse, we've got Audacity, and we've got Paddy Cod. Initial thoughts on those guys?
I know Paddy from around the block again. He is a very good player and he is a very sound lad as well. We won Div 2 Katana on MW2 together. I was that some say I was a demon back in me though, but yeah. Audacity again, known him for a while, good player. I believe this roster in general have played a lot of this COD together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they went to the LAN in the ESL one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna again if they've played from then on, they're gonna be a good team and tough to beat, man, because they're gonna know how each other work and just be a good team to try and get past.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing Peachy.
Yeah, I know like every single player on this roster, but not well. I think Audacity and maybe Inverse are the two I know the most about. But like I said, man, they've been about the block. I remember playing fucking Switches with Audacity and MW2 when I first started streaming, bro. So and like you said, if it is true they've been to the ES Hub together, then they got reps together, then they've been scrimming together. They're not like a team that's coming in here and like blinded almost. But that's a big thing that people don't realize is going into obviously LANs. Doesn't matter, what the actual roster is, bro. If you're going in without too many reps, bro, it's a big thing going to a LAN because anything happens on the day. Yeah. But yeah, I think if they've been together for a while, like Keith said, then expect the best from them.
Yeah, good amount of PPs amongst them as well.
Yeah,
decent seeding. I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. Okay, moving one up. We've got Nacomp, Quindo, W Jules, and Tidalooze. 3,000 PPs as a team. No messing about. Any intel on any of those guys?
Nee and Tide, no. Quindo and Jules, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say like Quindo. This could I might have played him in with. Is it? I think I played him my first LAN in Vanguard. Did I? Was he with Azza? If he was with Azza,
maybe
Azza Quindo, I think it was. I could be wrong in saying that, but this guy's been to a fair few LANs.
Yeah.
And he is also a shooter. He's like one of those guys you always expect to see in like the 16-32 range. I think I wouldn't be stupid in saying. I think 700 PPs it's not a bad amount of PPs. But it looks like if you've got 700 PPs at this point in the year, as a player like him, then maybe he's had a couple placements that he's not happy with. I'd say. But like I said, you don't know how long this squad's been together. Him and Jules have been players that have been together, not necessarily like the whole time, but they've been together a while, I believe, or they've been playing with each other back and forth for a while at least, at the minimum. But I don't know about the other two. What Nicomp, he has the same amount of PPs as Jules and Quindo. So I'm gonna take a wild guess he's been with them the entire year.
Yeah,
Tide has more, so he might have been like someone they've picked up into it. But
they're playing under Pain Nation, and I've just gone on Pain Nation's Twitter. Welcome our 2025 roster, and you see these names on it. So, and that was tweeted back in October of last year. So,
okay, yeah. So they've been together.
Them, I mean, I don't know if the fourth, like you say, I think they might have changed. With
well, he has 200 more PP, so I'd assume he's been on other rosters.
But the other three have been playing together since at least October. That was their team announced at the start of the year. So, like you say, the experience playing together. I don't know if they've played any LANs over. I think they're German. Or I don't know if they played any local LANs there. But there's plenty of experience in that team. Plenty of PPs, good seeding. Again, looking forward to seeing that and welcoming some orgs outside of the UK as well to the event. So that's going to be good. Cool. Right. So moving to the kind of business end of the seedings now.
Yeah.
I believe is it sixth seed.
This is a interesting one.
I believe so. So at the minute on the sheet that you've got in front of you, we've got Euphoria and Surplus. Now, intel received. I think the rest of that roster is going to be Dalfy and AJ. I think makes that 4. They stay in the same seed. But
Okay.
yeah, that's what's going to be.
So U4 essentially has like the whole squad's pro points then.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I doubt Euphoria would want to just pick up any Tom, Dick, and Harry
Yeah.
being on 4.3k PPs. I'm guessing the guys he's picking up, if they don't have great PPs, are people that he knows are shooters and can come.
Yeah.
It's sad that he can't get whatever team he's been playing with to come up along, but yeah, I doubt he's just going to pick people up for the sake of it. He'll be looking to probably try and, win it.
No, definitely.
Having that many PPs.
Euphoria's made the last elite, so he's not like, he's not someone that you'd expect to go out early. Surplus of, I feel like I know his name from somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like I know it as well.
I feel like when we first spoke before we started this, I confused him with Cernus, which is a Spanish player. Yeah, I confused him with him, which is stupid. But the other two are Dalfi I've heard of.
Yeah.
This one's really weird, but I heard him through the TikTok scene of ranked. I've never seen a stream, but I'm pretty sure he streams on TikTok or something. So I know he has reps because he at least plays rank play if he's known in TikTok. I mean, if you're known in the TikTok scene, you play a lot of rank play.
Yeah.
But yeah, Euphoria I'd imagine to be like the kind of standout player on that team. He's made an elite. I'm really not sure about his 3 companions though, to be honest.
Yeah, well, having those kind of PPs loaded into a LAN is going to help you.
Makes things help, yeah. It's just a rep situation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if that team has just been announced now with, I guess, a few days.
Could be tough.
Really. It could be tough. It could just click. You don't know. So
yeah.
Looking forward to seeing those guys in action. I think we're moving on to the top 5 seedings now. Moving up, we've got Spencer, Kinney, Cobra TW, and Rush Dog.
This one's so interesting to me. Is it the Cobra I'm thinking? Not obviously French Cobra. No. The other Cobra.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah,
I don't think it is though. Where's is this their at? You know the spreadsheet? Is this their ats on Twitter?
I think it's their. I think it's their game acti IDs. I believe. I don't know. I didn't make.
Because that Cobra would just be Cobra, wouldn't it? And that's not his at either on Twitter. I'm just trying to think. I know that Cobra I'm thinking of is 16 is just the 1.2k PPs makes sense because 16 is 600 PPs. Rush Dog, I don't think that's Rush that placed at LAM or the one that got into. Did he make the elite with Euphoria? Because he would have more PPs. So it's not the Rush I'm thinking of. So it's a different Rush. It's a different Cobra. Kinney and Spencer, I'm not sure on. So it's a roster that has a lot of PPs in terms of who's going to the LAN.
Yeah.
But it's a roster that quite literally, if it's not the Cobra I'm thinking of and it's not the Rush I'm thinking of, then I haven't, not to be disrespectful, like I said, I haven't kept up the scene this year. There's new players coming in. Or maybe they're not even new. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but I have no clue on if this roster is a team to go all the way or not. So.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I've got no clue. Other than maybe if it's the Cobra we're thinking of, but other than that.
Yeah. I don't think it is.
But I mean, they're clearly shooters, man. Like, 5.2k PPs. They're a team that I'm guessing have played together most of the year. Or if not, then they've known each other or played with each other for a while, having that many PPs. So they're going to come in again and be looking to, other than probably the team at the top and a few others trickling down, any in that top 5, they're going to go one day and put on a very good show.
Yeah.
But anyone is in general, but especially obviously those lot.
Yeah. My intel, Kinney on a personal level, I will be tapping him up. He did lose me $1 on CMG.
So you know about this then? Yeah, you know about these guys.
I might have played a little 6 a.m. duo game after a Spud Pint Friday with Kinney and milked him terribly for $1. But yeah, no, Kinney's a good lad. I don't know the other guys too well, but again, just good amount of PPs as a team.
They're up there on the list. They win.
Individuals, yeah. I'm looking forward to just meeting some of these people. It's gonna be good fun. Right, moving up one. Galaxy, CH Jones, Leo, and Buster.
Mm-hmm. This is a team I'm really interested in. I think CJ told me he was coming to this LAN, I believe, and I haven't seen anyone else on the list by that base, like anywhere near that name. So I'm gonna guess CH Jones is CJ.
Yeah,
he's a shooter, bro. Galaxy, team with T and Crumpets. Matt.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I think this is one of the rosters coming into it that there might be some question marks online. I could be wrong saying that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I've got no clue. But like throughout last con stuff, if it's the Galaxy, I'm thinking it is. There was question marks on him, and then that maybe there's on the others as well. I'm not too sure. That could be some false information from me, but I'm not sure if any of them have been LAN either. I have no clue, but
yeah, I think...
could be completely wrong. I'm not sure, but again, with that many PPs, and I know CJ is a shooter as well, like you said.
Cold. So is Buster. Buster's I think is duo as well.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to say duo, like sounds kind of corny, but like he runs it with them.
Yeah.
So that I mean, I haven't seen Buster play this year. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen him play this year. I've seen CJ and my Ace. No, Ace isn't a great indicator of like what they're like in organised COD, but he's a shooter. Galaxy, like I said, he was with Matt in that last year, which was a team with pro points, and they could definitely shoot. Leo, I might be trolling here. It's not Leon, is it? Leo.
I was about to say, is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I think I've just worked out that these must be their face it usernames based off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I'm trying to work that out. But Buster, yeah, shooter. CJ shooter. Galaxy shooter. And Leo, not really sure, but he has the same pro points, if not more than under the most pro points out of all of them.
Yeah.
So, but statistically speaking, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
He's a winner. So yeah, I think that the whole top 4 seedings between them, that 9k to 32k stretch, I feel like any of them can beat any of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, so you'd argue them to go all the way, potentially the grands.
Ooh, I like that. Chucking that one in there, really nice. Right, top 3 seedings now. Shawnee COD, we've got UH, we've got Sapphire, and we got Rush. We've mentioned Rush Dog. And this is the Rush I think you were referring to.
Oh, that's the Rush. Yeah. I didn't look up in the list. Yeah, that's Rush.
So
he's ditched Euphoria. God damn him.
That team, though.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna have to start with Shawnee, obviously. This guy's been around for fucking yonks, mate, and he's the GOAT, man. Shawnee's the GOAT, bro. He's a shooter. He knows what the win condition is. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to win a map. UH, been around in the S&D scene. Come across the challenge. I don't know if you've ever tried outside of this year. Again, I haven't really kept up with his whole thing until this year, really. But he made an elite with the man alongside him, Saf, which I have big opinions about. That man is a shooter. I very regularly play recently ranked him on my own streams on console.
He's a demon.
And yeah, he's just. I mean, that kid's got people calling him out for radar hacks on console, like most of the year. So that being said about him, he's an absolute shooter, and obviously Rush. Alongside Euphoria, these are two. This is a team built of like people that have made elites, but not necessarily together. Sorry, UH and SAF qualified together. Rush, Euphoria qualified together, I believe. So they've just now combined a team of which they're comfortable with. But it's a hell of a lot of pro points. I'm actually really excited to see this team play. To be honest.
Yeah. No, I agree. Those names in there, and I think those guys coming together. I mean, if that gels. Then
that is a very good team.
That's gonna.
Yeah, they are shooters, bro. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think there's gonna be a lot of eyes on them, both for people that are watching at home, people surrounding their setups while they're playing. That's definitely a roster, and I think they're the team. They're playing under Annex, and then if we move to second seed, this is a roster that's been put together between Annex, so they've got seed 2 and 3, and X-Force Gaming, and name's already been mentioned in this video, but the first name that's on the sheet is Nathan Parker. He's joined by Infinity, Rasco, CJP. Big names, a lot of pro points.
And actually, despite not being the top seed of the event, CJP actually has the most pro points of any player at the event by 600, which is essentially like a top 16 place in difference, or whatever within the top 4. Natty P. I mean, obviously, like you said, he was big at the last Katana event. Always going to be a shooter, I think, as long as he wants to play the game in challenges. Surprisingly, the lowest, or a lower amount of pro points I'd see this year. I don't know how. I haven't really been keeping up with the year. Like I said, I don't know if his year's been kind of checked of teammates dipping in and out. It happens to the best of players. Yeah. Nevertheless, he's a shooter, and if he has 3 other good players alongside him, which he does, he can pretty much go as far as he wants. Infinity. I know 2 Infinities, one's Italian and one's Paddy. I'm going to take a wild guess, judging on the actual build of that team, CJP and Co, that's Paddy. Do we know if I'm correct or...
I believe so.
Saying that? I'm not sure, but it might not be. Hope it is, I'd love to see Paddy. Let me know if you find that out or not.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it is Paddy, like unbelievable. AR.
It is.
It is okay. Yeah, Paddy's ridiculous. Yeah, like
Paddy's-
he's unbelievable. Yeah, he stiff AR, but it's exactly what you want as your main. Rasco. This kid's had like question. I mean, I thought the
He's
kid
had a
cheated
lot
last
of-
year.
yeah.
He went to that ES Hub LAN where he played. The team we'll get onto later, but he had a great LAN. I feel like in the most respectful way possible to every event, there's some or more quantity of better teams here. I'd argue. So I'd be interested to see if he, performs to how he did last time.
Yeah.
And then CJP, obviously, I don't think any words are needed. He has the most PPs at the event. He's been on some unbelievable teams this year.
Yeah.
In terms of like the caliber, like
I remember me and Terrell, obviously, and that was at the very start of the game, but we ran a switch. And just watching him play the game, bro, he was just shitting.
It's cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely like an unbelievable team. Like I said, along with the team below them, actually, there's quite a few teams in this top section outside of the number one seed that really haven't played a lot together. I don't think.
Yeah.
Rasco's coming off qualifying. Did he qualify for the elite? Am I trolling? But didn't he qualify with Euphoria?
Possibly.
I mean,
I feel like he did.
PPs there. I mean, and I know that I think he came runners up at the ES Hub LAN as well. So like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
if he did, that
Euphoria has 4.3k and he has 4.2. I do feel like they qualified together. I might be incorrect in saying that, but I feel like I'm right.
I think you're right.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then you'll come in CJP. I'm going to take a while. I guess he qualified for both, judging by his PPs.
I think at the Europa this weekend, I don't think he's in the second elite. I think he got.
Oh wait, didn't he?
I think he was like finalist.
Yeah, no, he won it. He finally saw.
He
Yeah,
got to the final. And got really far in the Europa this weekend.
Yeah.
I think his PPs had a bump after the Europa.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he didn't qualify. But he definitely.
Yeah. Wrong, but no, I don't think he's in the second elite because I'm sure
trolling
he
now.
played the Europa. So
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think the fact that Annex are coming to try and get some of that prize pool, because they got the second seed to say with X-Force,
two big teams,
then they got the third seed, and they've got some absolute shooters across them. But your number one seed for the event, a set of players. It's a big one. It's a set of names that you've seen on the timeline for the last God knows how many months since the game came out for multiple different reasons. But I'm really excited to have them come into LAN. It is AVNG's roster of Red, Heptix, Julian, and Callum. 32,000 PPs as a team. Won another LAN already this year. Both elites. What are we thinking? We looking forward to these?
I mean, caliber-wise, not statistically right, but like almost, or closing on double. Or like what's it? 2 times clear, almost pro points wise of second place. Not quite, but almost.
Not far.
They're all gonna finish this year on tens of thousands of PPs, and they've been ridiculous online. Like I said, they did go to that previous LAN that I was talking about with Rasco, where they beat Rasco in finals. So Rasco's gonna be coming in looking for revenge. Obviously, I'd argue he's probably with not only a high pro point team, probably a little bit better of a team altogether with the names in that roster. But Red, Heptix, Julian. Julian's probably one of the most naturally gifted, like mechanically wise. You watch his POV, like he's just absolutely slamming, doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Cal's the same. I played a lot with him last year, even on console. Quiet in game, but kind of just gets on with his own thing. He's like producing on the map. And I feel like Hep and Red do a really, really good job of like filling those roles of like doing what needs to be done on the map for those two players. And they just work so well as a team. I think they're definitely up there, in my opinion. From how they played the last LAN, what they've been doing online, I think it'd be silly in any other way to assume that they're not the favourites. At least for me going into it, they're like my team to. If someone said you have to put money on the team, I put money on them. Do you know what I'm
saying? Well, they would be the most disappointed team there if they didn't go there and win.
Yeah.
I'd say don't get me wrong. Second seed, third seed, fourth seed. I'd say all of those top 4 seeds are going there to win, obviously. But if I had to pitch a team that are going to be the most disappointed if they lose, I'd say almost shocked. I'd say it's going to be Julian and Go.
Yeah, well, they went going into the first LAN with everything that's happened to the ES Hub one that they went to. I feel like that's more like obviously they probably did expect to win because they know how good they were online. But with the question marks of them like obviously Julian, Cal, Red, Hepix, all of them like cheating and stuff like that. Like you go in there to prove yourself as well as be good for your teammates, but you want to prove yourself that, you know, like, nah, I'm not cheating. You just get shit on at LAN. So now that that's all has happened, they can go into this LAN more prepared and not actually need to prove anything other than
it's less of a
turning up
worry in
and
the back of
winning.
their mind now, isn't it?
Yeah,
They can
literally
just prepare
like
and, like get the like step by step, round by round, like, you know, that
So
whole thing of like, oh, they cheating is kind of going out
I'm
the window.
personally expecting them to come into this LAN even better than the first one, in my opinion. Like, I'd be surprised if they come into this LAN. And I mean, I can't even lie. I barely managed to watch much of the ES Hub LAN, so I'm not too sure how close or, you know, if there was any games that they could have definitely have been beat on. I'm not sure, but
I think they did go through losers bracket.
They did lose a game. They did lose a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, going into this LAN, I think they're just going to be a lot more comfortable. Definitely.
Yeah. A lot less pressure. Not that obviously it's pressure that you want to win it, but there's that whole like thing in the back of their head. It's not their first LAN. They won their first when everyone was like breathing down their back. And it's now you're kind of going into it. You know, think like that's more like so much in the back of your head now.
Yeah, it's more so the thought of what if I play shit, and like all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, he definitely was hacking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that thought there's now is gone. Yeah.
I mean, obvious reasons. Looking forward to seeing those guys play. I mean, and even after winning the previous one, still a lot of people accusing them of
pointing fingers.
So again, like, I agree. It will be out of their mind to an extent, but they're still kind of like we've just said. They're going to be so disappointed if they don't come and win it. There's expectations for them to come and win it. It's such a good set of individuals, but then they've played together for so long now, and against so many good teams. You know, they're in the second elite. They played the first one.
Made the playoffs in the first one.
Yeah, exactly. So the experience as a team, both on LAN and online, is massive. So I'm expecting some big things. Right, so that's all 16 teams we've gone through. Just before we quickly end, I'm going to ask both of you, first of all, who do you think is going to win? Second of all, who are you most looking forward to see as a team? And third of all, who's kind of your dark horse for the event? Who do you think might cause an upset? So you could take take it away. Who do you think?
I think it'd be very silly to assume anything other than Red, and that's going to win, respectfully. But there definitely is a few dark horses. I'd say the team I'm most actually looking forward to seeing probably is the Shawnee, UH, Saf and Rush team, because Saf is a shooter. Rush obviously coming through with Euphoria, making the elite. Shawnee is just Shawnee, and obviously UH this year as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're like on LAN. And a few other teams hitting around that side as well, with not really playing too much COD together coming into this LAN. Like it'll be nice to see how they do, but I think Red and Co should definitely be winning it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you said my favorite to win, a dark horse, and who I'm most excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start off with I already kind of said it. I really do expect Red, Heptix, Julian, and Cam to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm most excited to see. I might say like Saf and that. Like I said, I've been playing with Saf a lot recently. I'm excited to see him play at LAN, UH, and Rush and Co. In the top four. I think they can have some exciting games. And then my dark horse is between two.
Yeah. Okay. You can have two.
So it's between two. I want to pick one. And, I'll come to my decision, I think, later on. But for now, I'm going to go my dark horse between the Spanish, Stallware, Glakes, and
I was about to say that, I think that's going to be my pick with the dark horse too.
And then I'd say they're probably more likely. But then I do think I said about earlier, people that I think are just going to... They're really, like, quite far down the seeding list, which is why I think they're going to, like, shock people, is Smallzilla and Co. Because I've seen that guy play, and I've seen E3 play a lot this year as well. And yeah, he was actually, beyond like kind of what I expected. Like for a team that's where they're at right now on the spreadsheet, like I do expect them to go further than what their seeding says. Yeah. I'd expect to see them in the upper half of the tournament. So that's probably my two dark horses.
Yeah, cool. I mean, if I chuck my 2 pence into the ring there, I also think that AVNG, Red and Julian and Co should and probably will go on and win it. But we've mentioned all those teams at the top could easily, show up as a team. And it's, like we said, if they gel as a team, because they've got teams of individuals. I think that's where Red & Co really have the advantage. They've got so much experience as a four, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
But then you've got so many really talented individuals that have kind of like joined up for squad for this LAN.
Yeah.
If something clicks, you don't know. But yeah, I think those guys to win it. I was also going to say Saware and Drunks and those team as a team that's going to cause a couple of upsets and go pretty far. I think they will. I remember casting them in the online Katana League. I think that's when it first was, and then I think it was in the other online leagues as well, potentially. And I think just saying how much of a shooter like Saware was, for example. And they played together for a while. They played on LAN, I believe, together and won. So, the experience is there. I'm looking forward to that. And then a lot of people I'm looking forward to see, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said I really wasn't looking forward to seeing my mate Abuse Card.
I didn't really think of that when I said the most excited.
I'd be lying.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one. Yeah,
the opportunity for him to be roaring on LAN, and I hope he does. I hope he sits down, and of course the rest of that roster as well. But I hope that he sits down, enjoys it, because that's when you're going to play best. And I want him to get passionate. I want him to be standing. I want him to be roaring. I want him to be shouting deads. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Yeah. So, have either of you got anything else to add regarding the teams that we got?
I don't think I actually properly picked the Dark Horse, but I'd probably say the Spanish for Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Or Paddy Audacity and Version Regrob, because they've played a lot together. I'm not sure where they placed at the last LAN, but they're definitely going to be a tough team to beat if they turn up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to see Abuse with his Lightning McQueen Crocs fucking screaming dead.
I really left that. I don't think I looked that far down the list when I was thinking about who I was excited to pick, but I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I'm definitely excited to see Abuse and Gabby, Jackson, Chunk play. I think that's going to be an enjoyable roster to watch. Yeah, apart from that, just good luck to everyone.
Yeah.
That's all I got, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm absolutely buzzing for the event. Only a few days away. This video, by the time this is posted, it's going to be near enough. LAN's going to be upon us. And we're going to see how kind of maybe faded our takes were or how spot on we were. But I'm just looking forward to the event. So, big shout out to Dashie and Keith jumping on with me today. Cheers, boys.
No bother.
And
Appreciate it.
I'll see you at the weekend.
Yeah. Soon. Have a good one, man.
Nice one. Cheers, guys.
Peace.